What is happening, Magnus sites? Just got done watching the first episode of Tekken Bloodline on Netflix. And if you want to check out my reaction to it, make sure you get over to Patreon or YouTube memberships, whichever one you prefer. People always ask me which one I prefer. I prefer you go to Patreon, but I opened up YouTube memberships for you guys. That was like, I don't feel like setting up a new membership anywhere else, damn it. I want it right here. It's like, okay, guys, you got it. So, just got done watching it. This is doing the whole 3D animation CGI, and I don't know how they do it. I'm assuming it's CGI, hand-drawn type of stuff. They're doing that. Like, coincidentally, it's being done in Dragon Ball Super Hero, which I'm going to see today at some point and have a review for you. So, it's definitely passable for me. The animation is passable for me. I like it. I got used to the whole 3D thing. It didn't really... At some points, it looked like a cutscene for a video game, but most of the time, it didn't. Okay? So, this will have spoilers in it. This first episode focuses on Jin and June Kazama. Remember back in the day when I told you guys that, like, when I would play fighting games, I never used women because I really didn't connect with that. Like, I really like using the tough men, you know what I mean? I really identify more with them. So, Ryu, Ken, you know, Heihachi, Akuma, you know what I mean? Kazuya. Characters like that I really like to use. So, anyway. I like to use June a lot. I think, what was it, when Tekken 2 came out? I think Tekken 2 had June when June first appeared. I used her a lot in that. I had a lot of fun with her until I just fully mastered Law. You know, I love Law. Law, it was like he's Bruce Lee. Law. He's probably my favorite action hero of all time, maybe. Besides Sylvester Stallone. So, but anyway, June I used a lot. I used to beat dudes' asses with her. I loved using June. So it was very interesting to see this, and it follows the story of the video game. I used to follow video game stories very closely, the ones that I loved. And Tekken I didn't follow as closely as I did with Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. But like kind of with Mortal Kombat, Tekken, I kind of fell off with learning the story. But it seems as if it follows it almost to a damn T, from what I remember. So it starts out with Jin being bullied, and he's holding back, and he ends up kicking the bullies' asses, which I absolutely loved. And then he sees his mom, and she confronts him about not holding back, and that he lost the fight with himself in his anger. And I was like, fuck that, Mom! Let him kick their asses! So, eventually some drunk dude comes with his sons. I'm like, oh, your son is my son. If you had a man in the house, maybe he'd be better off. So she ends up hitting him with some type of strike to disarm him, because he was about to fight them with a broken bottle and everything. So anyway, they go back in the house, and guess who appears? And this is where my younger guy memory started to pop in, and the nostalgia. I was like, wait a minute, that's Ogre outside, isn't it? Yep, she told him, stay in the house, do not come out here whatsoever. If something happens to me, find your grandfather, Heihachi Mashima. But of course your mom goes out there fighting, starts getting her butt kicked. You gotta go out there and help its mom. I mean, come on now. One thing I gotta say with these fights, they fight like the video game. Like when they block and when they hit, those energy like orbs, those flashes of energy, and you know, when you block and when you hit are in this game. Certain combos are in this show. Certain combos are also in the show. So if you're fans of the game, I think you're gonna like this show. Okay, he eventually finds Mashima after his mother and Ogre finish their battle. And the first thing he makes him do is fight him. Of course. I can't stand Heihachi's ass. I like using him, fighting with him sometimes, but I cannot stand him. He is such a fucking piece of shit. So he loses to Heihachi, of course, and Heihachi's like, if your name is Kazama, you've done nothing but disgrace it. Leave and never return. And he's like, my mother told me to find you. That green monster killed my mother. And he was like, did you say green monster? He said something like that. He was like, I will teach you to defeat this monster. I will train you to kill it, or whatever he says. So that's where it ends. I'm interested. I'm very interested. Can't wait for Kazuya and other characters to come into this. I'm very interested. I had fun with this. I'm going to give this, other than the animation kind of taking me out of it sometimes, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Woos! So for you Tekken fans, go check it out. It has the Tyrone Magnus stamp of approval. Hopefully it will only continue to get better. And guess what? It wasn't woke! 10 million subscribers.